Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Amarachi and I'm here to talk about the latest episode of Married to Medicine. Let's get into the video. All right, y'all. So I got my notes right here. So try not to miss anything. So let's get into it. So this episode is season 11, episode 3. All right, so this episode opens up with we're seeing all the ladies and their families and what's going on in their lives. So it gets to Quad. Quad is on the phone where her boyfriend calls her and he asks her to come outside. It's like, come help her get in. And she's like, well, you have the code, you have the key. Like, you don't need me, like, you can get in by yourself. He's like, no, like, I just need your help. So, but Quad is like making breakfast. So Quad says, all right, I'm coming out. So Quad goes outside and we see like she's a smile on her face. So it pans over to her driveway and we see a white Rolls Royce coming into her driveway. So her boyfriend King bought her a white Rolls Royce, and then inside the trunk of the Rolls Royce there's a big LV luggage. So they go inside and they're talking. We find out that King owns a luxury car rental company. So, you know, they be driving in style. I'm like, okay. So I like King. I mean, I like that Quad is happy because the ladies have gotten on her for years for not having a boyfriend or for not being in a relationship. I mean, for all we know, Quad could have been in a relationship. She just didn't want to let us know. So, I mean, shit, keep your private. And I don't blame her. But she seems to be happy. And I like that for her. So production asks Quad if she sees herself having a child with King. And Quad says yes. Quad responds yes, and that she's also gone to her OBGYN. She's gotten like a full checkup, fertility checkup, and everything looks good. And the OB said, whenever you guys are ready, you guys can start. Quad talks about her previous marriage with Dr. G and how like the environment wasn't conducive for her to bring in a child, which was one of the reasons why her and Dr. G didn't have kids. So we move on over to the next scene. So now it's Toya and Avery. They're going over to Dr. Eugene's new clinic that he just opened. So Dr. Eugene is there, you know, trying to put some things together, putting a card reader, trying to like activate the card reader. Toya comes in and they're talking about like they get on the topic of hormones, and Dr. Eugene asks Avery like, do you know what hormones are? And Avery kind of like forgot like what they were. So Dr. Eugene is trying to like educate him, telling about some, you know, when you hit puberty, like your hormones are now going to start increasing, especially when you're about to hit puberty. And then Toya interjects, says, yeah, when you hit puberty, that's when you start having wet dreams. And then Avery like confirms like he's had wet dreams, and Toya's like, wait, what? And then Dr. Eugene is like, whoa, like how did we get here? So Dr. Eugene is just like, he's never seen a boy talk about like his sex life or talk about like anything sexual with their mama. And like he even says at his big age, his mama still don't think he has sex, and he got 2 kids. I was like, okay. But I like how I like how Dr. Eugene, Toya, and the kids, I like their relationship and how like they're open to talking about things with their kids. They don't shy away from topics, and I like that. And they educate them, because you know with kids, if you don't teach them, other kids are going to teach them, and 9 out of 10 they're going to give them the wrong information. So as parents, we got to teach them. Okay, so Toya starts telling Dr. Eugene like some services that she thinks he needs to include, that he needs to start offering at his clinic, which includes Botox. And Dr. Eugene is kind of like against it, saying that he doesn't want to be the person injecting the Botox into patients. Personally, he would prefer to get someone else to do it. But as of right now, he doesn't have the capacity to add that to his line of services. And Toya is telling him like, you know, Botox is going to bring in a lot of money. A lot of people are doing Botox. And Dr. Eugene is like, yeah, I understand. I mean, I see where you're coming from in terms of like money wise, but still, I don't want to take on more than I can chew. So let's take it one step at a time. So we enter the next scene with Cecil and Simone. They're going over to clean the apartment for their boys. And lo and behold, of course, the boys were not there. So Cecil and Simone ended up having to clean the apartment by themselves. And Simone starts telling Cecil that what happened at Quad's birthday party, how Quad had like a boyfriend reveal, and how none of the ladies knew that Quad had a boyfriend. And Cecil says, well, you know, in this group, the ladies tend to like ask intrusive questions for on husbands or partners of people. So he can kind of see why Quad wasn't forthcoming in letting the ladies know that she was in a relationship. And quite honestly, I don't understand why Simone is still harping on that. Like, you and Quad, you already mentioned that you and Quad are not really that close. You guys don't have an emotional connection. She only comes around when it's filming. So Quad has made it known to you that she don't really F with y'all like that. So just call a spade a spade. I mean, I don't know what else to say. But yeah, so we're moving on. I'm just looking at my notes, y'all. So we get Phaedra's scene. Phaedra's going over to Contessa's house. Phaedra gets there, they're making small talk, and then Sweet Tea comes over. And Sweet Tea had on like was it a 70s or 90s dress? One of them. And they had it was like a short dress with bell sleeves, and it was like green. And Phaedra makes a joke like saying, "Ooh, like it's giving Walona from Good Times." And the thing about Phaedra, like, you never know if she's giving you a compliment or if she's trying to shade you. So I was like, was that shade? Or were you giving her a compliment? I don't know. But so they start talking about how the girls, they need a getaway, maybe like a getaway where there's like, just the girls, no guys. They can, mend relationships, put relationships back together. So they're like, trying to come up with like a place, kind of come up with a plan. And well, child, yeah. So we'll get back to that later. The next scene we get to is Heavenly and her son. So Dr. Heavenly's son, I believe his name is Zachary. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's Zachary. He's interning at her dental practice. And one thing I like about Dr. Heavenly is that, one thing I like is that her kids are academically ambitious, and I like that. It seemed like there's also one that got his real estate license. I don't know if it's the same one or if it's the other son. I'm not sure. So I like that. That's good for them to be academically ambitious. So he's interning there, and scene was it was actually cute. I'm not really a big Dr. Heavenly fan, but this scene was cute. So so he goes in, introduces himself to a patient, and he's like trying to help Dr. Heavenly do a procedure, and he kept referring to Dr. Heavenly as mommy, and Dr. Heavenly would be like, "It's Dr. Kimes," and then mommy, it's Dr. Kimes, mommy, it's Dr. Kimes. I was just like, oh my Lord. I don't know. So for me, that was a cute scene. I like that. I like that scene, the interaction. And Dr. Heavenly, she seems to be like, apart from all the shenanigans that she does in terms of like going below the belt and, taking taking stuff to hell, I feel like she actually knows her stuff when it comes to like her dental practice. And, maybe the son, he's learning for his mom. Hey, yeah, it don't get better than that. And also, she says that he's on payroll. I said, damn, okay. So now the ladies received their getaway invite, and the way the ladies received their getaway invite, and they're like reading the cards, and then it turns out they're going like on a cowboy trip or something like that. And at the end, so they wrote like a little rhyme. And then at the end, they signed this Contessa, Phaedra, and Sweet Tea. Everybody's like, Toya was like, Contessa, Phaedra, and Sweet Tea. Everybody just like, what the hell? How did this happen? How did these three end up like putting a trip together? So that was that. And now we get to Sweet Tea and Dr. Greg. So Sweet Tea is on the phone. She calls up her sister, FaceTimes her sister, and it's her twin sister. And we see that her twin sister is pregnant. And this kind of like, it's like a bittersweet moment, because Sweet Tea on one hand is happy for her sister, but on the other hand, she's also trying to get pregnant herself. So she's calling her sister, trying to tell her sister that she has a theme for the sister's baby shower. The sister's having a girl, and she wants the theme to be Coming to America. So as they're talking and discussing baby shower ideas, Dr. Gregory walks in, and then Sweet Tea tells the sister that she'll call her back later. So her and Dr. Gregory, they start talking. Sweet Tea talks about that, how she's had her surgery and how she still has pain with her menstrual cycle and stuff like that. And then she asked Dr. G, like, well, as of right now, we're not really, you're not considered infertile until you've been trying for, I think she said infertile. Correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong. She said you're not considered infertile unless you've been trying for 2 or more years. So she asked Dr. G, like, how long is he willing to try for them to have a baby? And Dr. G says that 2 years is the max that he's willing to try, unless to try to have a baby. And Sweet Tea gets emotional because she says that she didn't realize that it's gonna be that soon. So she feels like now there's a lot of pressure on her to get pregnant. And Dr. G says, like, that's not what he meant. He didn't mean it like that. He doesn't want to put pressure on her, and he doesn't want to put pressure on herself. And then he says that also and then he also mentions that how badly do they want a baby, because some people want a baby so badly that they're also willing to adopt. So it was a very emotional, to me, I felt bad for Sweet Tea because you can tell she really wants to have a child. So I'm sending her positive energy. I'm sending her all the baby dust that I'm hoping that, you know, at least by next season or current season, that we'll have good news on their fertility and that they'll have a baby on the way. So I'm sending her all the positive energy her way. So now the ladies are going to their trip. They're going to Florida. Was it Orlando, Florida? They're going to Florida. I don't remember what location they're going to though, but that's what the trip is. So Dr. Jackie, Contessa sees Dr. Jackie in her suitcases, and she makes a comment about like that's a lot of, basically like alluding that that's a lot of suitcases. And Dr. Jackie teases like, yeah, Curtis is inside the suitcase. I said, oh, okay. So guys, sorry, I skipped the scene. So there was another scene where Cecil and Simone were talking. This was like when Cecil brought in the invite to Dr. Simone. And Dr. Simone reads the invite and, you know, then gets her and Cecil talking. And she tells Cecil that she heard that Quad is expecting an apology for what happened at Napa. And Dr. Simone stands 10 toes down saying that she's not apologizing and she meant what she said. And I can actually appreciate Dr. Simone for that, because, you know, when Dr. Simone was telling Quad how the group felt in Napa, all the ladies agreed with her. So now everybody wants to start like backpedaling, like, oh, like, no, like, stand 10 toes down. You said what you say what you say and mean what you said. You felt like Quad was not a true girlfriend of yours. You felt like there was no emotional connection. You felt that she only comes around when it's time for filming. And that's valid. That's her feelings. So she shouldn't have to apologize for her feelings. That's her feelings. She didn't say anything like really bad about Quad. So I think that Dr. Simone should stand on what she said. If she doesn't want to apologize, she doesn't have to apologize. And unlike Dr. Jackie and Dr. Heavenly that have apologized, it's like, okay, well, you guys apologize, but don't make me have to apologize. So back to when they're going on the trip, and Dr. Jackie sees what's her name, Toya's the outfit that Toya has on, and she says, "Oh, I have that same outfit. I was gonna wear it." Toya says, "Oh, you should have wore it. Then we'll be giving mother and daughter." Dr. Jackie said, "Oh, did she just?" Dr. Jackie said, "Bitch, I know you didn't." So, and then they laugh it off, and then her and Quad, they high five. So now they're at the airport. They've landed at their location. They're trying to get in the car. And as they get in the car, Dr. Jackie's like, oh, we need to like hold hands and say a prayer for this upcoming trip. Let nothing pop off. And so as they're praying, we start seeing like all the buffoonery that's about to take place on this trip. And I said, oh, Lord have mercy. And then it said to be continued. So y'all, that was, not much really happened. This episode was just, in preparation for what's about to come. So, but that's my review of Married to Medicine, season 11, episode 3. Y'all let me know what y'all let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.